The UK recently closed its investor visa or Tier 1 visa program, which allowed someone with £2 million or more to invest to move to and keep residence in the UK without the requirement to stay there and without really doing that much else. That program is gone, but today I'm going to share with you other alternatives. Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson. This is Nomad Capitalist, where we help 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs and investors legally go where you're treated best. We've talked about the UK investor visa in other episodes. You can definitely check that out. But what I want to talk about today is if you want to live in the UK, if you want to have the option to live in the UK, there are other programs instead of the investor visa that require substantially less investment or potentially none even at all, but they come with a significant disadvantage. Generally, you're going to actually need to live in the UK. You're going to need to work your way towards what's called ILR, their long stay program, and potentially towards citizenship. And so the idea of having an investor visa or a so-called golden visa where you can come and go as you please is not going to work as well. And so the idea of having UK residence in your back pocket is largely out of the equation. Certainly some of these visa types will go through, do offer a certain amount of flexibility, but probably not as much as the investor visa. We're going to talk about options both inside of the UK and out. And let's go through the 4 programs that people think are the alternatives to the investor visa. The first is the innovative visa. So if you have £50,000 in investment, you can come and get temporary residence, or selected residence would get a more permanent residence. And so this is for generally more experienced people in business. So if you have an idea that's new to the market, you want to bring it to the UK, you have some money to invest, you can get the innovative visa. There's one that isn't, in my opinion, that different, which is called the startup visa, generally for folks who are perhaps newer to business. Now, the challenge with these business visas, which has been the case for a while now, is it's not just a matter of bringing capital to the country. What they want to see is that your business idea has been endorsed by some kind of incubator or some kind of investors in the UK. And potentially in some of these cases, if you no longer maintain that endorsement, you may lose that visa. And so it's no longer a matter of bringing money. This is a trend we've seen over the years, particularly with European programs, where across numerous different European countries, you've seen where, hey, okay, we don't want restaurants. Don't open a massage parlor. Don't open a fish and chip stall. We don't open any of these kind of basic businesses, an ice cream parlor. We don't want that. But then it was still, okay, hey, can you hire 1 or 2 people, and can you show that you'll hire a few more in the next couple of years? All right, that's cool, you're paying some taxes. Now what you have in some of these countries, some of these more developed European countries, is they don't really care about the tax dollars. They certainly care about the job creation, but they want is people who are very academically qualified, people who have very unique business ideas, people who are doing something that's totally new, the business isn't already set up in the UK, it's an idea that has potential for growth. And so some of these different visas have different requirements, but innovative visa, £50,000 or more, doesn't necessarily mean you'll get in, by the way. UK startup visa, business plan is innovative, viable, and scalable, must have an endorsement. So those do require you to have your business endorsed. UK global talent visa, highly specialized or globally renowned individuals in academic and research, arts and culture, or digital technologies can apply for the program. Almost sounds kind of like a US O1 visa, maybe a little bit on steroids. If you don't have a job, if you're not highly academically qualified, and if you don't work in academic and research, arts and culture, or digital technology, you don't qualify. It doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how much in taxes you could pay, doesn't matter how many jobs you could create. Not interested. UK scale-up visa coming in spring 2022. Basically, this is again for someone who has a job. Businesses who need people who are academically elite, highly qualified experts in their field can use this scale-up visa and basically bring people into the country to work. And so what do you have here? You have a situation where they want you to move to the UK. All right, fair is fair. That's how a business visa often works, in Europe at least, in more developed countries. You wouldn't see that in all the countries, but in Europe. So you're going to need to either to come and not run a fish and chip stall, not open a restaurant, but now it's going to be, would Nomad Capitalist qualify? A business that's very successful, that's profitable, that would pay quite a bit of tax, and if we did want to hire in the UK, we'd hire a whole bunch of people. Would it qualify? I don't know if someone wants to endorse a company that's essentially a consulting company. Now, they have the ability to do that. They have the ability to say, hey, millions of pounds in tax revenue, we don't care about that. We want someone who's going to create the next Facebook. And a lot of us aren't creating the next Facebook, aren't creating the next biotech company. That's fine. But it's going to be difficult for you to go to the UK unless you're doing that or unless you have a job. They've canceled other programs, by the way. The Turkish citizenship, they had pitched the Turkish business person's visa. That was removed. They're closing down a lot of the avenues and pushing people into these. Now, other programs around Europe and elsewhere. Next door, Ireland's IIP program allows you to donate €500,000, invest €1 to €2 million, depending on the program. I happen to like the REIT option better, €2 million. I think a lot of the enterprise investments are probably not as good, or you can make a donation. That program is very interesting. I think Ireland is probably a bit more welcoming, a bit more accepting. So if you want maybe a smaller level, you want that English speaking, you want that kind of culture, Ireland's program next door, very interesting. Obviously, you've got the UK programs that we mentioned. You could look at golden visa programs throughout Europe. You could look at Portugal. Italy's program is more competitive now. Greece is competitive. And so if you don't want to have to live somewhere, those programs work. Those countries also all have tax incentives. And so I think some of the UK tax incentives are more difficult now if you're coming on an innovative visa or a startup visa than you would if you were coming on an investor visa. And so the tax burden, in addition to the time burden, is going to be higher on these UK visa programs, I think, for a lot of people than an investor visa. If you want to live in Southern Europe, I think those programs are more tax-friendly and more time-friendly. Other places that you could look, though, the Cayman Islands, Turks and Caicos, some of the British overseas territories that maybe bring some of that vibe. They're higher level perhaps than other islands in the Caribbean. They have more of the services. They have more of the luxuries. So those are two places that stand out that are obviously very tax advantageous. You can get residence by either starting a company in the Cayman Islands, or if you're going to buy real estate in the Caymans or Turks and Caicos, you can do that. They come with some of the requirements, though, that you would find living in the UK. They are a bit more strict, so it's not simply a matter of buying citizenship there as you could in, let's say, St. Kitts and Nevis. They do have more requirements, and the dollar amounts are higher, but they have more of that British vibe. Another place that I think obviously have a lot of British people living there and that gets covered in the British media is Dubai. Cyprus is another place that's tax-friendly. You can get their residence program. The citizenship program is gone, but Cyprus could be one if you want to live there. And by the way, what people don't know is Cyprus, also Malta, by the way, has a global residence program. If you live in those countries, you could work towards citizenship. So tax incentives in those countries as well, if you're looking to be in a bit more of the British camp compared to some of the Southern European countries. So whether you want to stay in Europe, whether you want to go right next door to Ireland even, or whether you want to go to the Caribbean with a bit of that British influence, those are alternatives for someone who likes the idea of the UK investor visa. £2 million, £5 million, £10 million, work your way towards basically permanent residence and eventually citizenship. You can get citizenship in some of these countries. Even in some of the British overseas territories, it is kind of complex, but you can work towards that, and those are some alternatives. Don't stop now. We've got well over 1,000 more videos here on YouTube for you to watch and learn how to go where you're treated best. And if you want to work with Nomad Capitalists personally, go to nomadcapitalist.com/apply, learn about our unique, tried and true process, garnered over years of experience, and learn how you can become our client.